Are you ready for the wildest ride on Fremont Street? The Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171 on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. Open 7 days a week, noon until midnight. Strap yourself in, pull your safety belts tight, and feel the power and the speed at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. Downtown Las Vegas, Fremont Street, 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171, right on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. What are you waiting for? Log on, get your tickets now. It's time to go racing at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, 450 Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas.
This is speed. This is winning. This is losing. This is smoke and fire. This is blood, sweat, and tears. This is the loudest party on earth. This is family and tradition. This is it. This is NASCAR in Las Vegas. The Pennzoil 400 returns March 14 through 16. Get your tickets now.
Tickets now. Get it ready to roll. Good afternoon, everybody. Alan Michaels back here. We are up on the Locale IQ Media Center, Las Vegas Motor Speedway, second floor in the main room, suite number 4 for you. Alan Michaels joining you. Diane Fox is busy over at the computers. Rob's here along with us. He's out shooting all the steel photography. Want to thank so far today Mr. Anthony Alfredo stopping by for us and having a great time. The guys from Lease Motorsports, Bailey Witt. Man, we've had a good show. Derek Cope was just here along with us and want to wish him well. And just coming up in a couple of minutes, we're expecting Harrison Burton, who formerly drove the number 21 car for the Woods brothers, now back in Xfinity Racing here. And, of course, the son of Jeff Burton and the nephew of Mr. Ward Burton, too. So family generation of racing coming at you, and we're just waiting on Harrison to show up. Real quickly, man, just grab some news around it. Let's check out race and weather, brought to you by the good friends at Royd's Family Sandwiches, 931 American Pacific, Suite 106 in Las Vegas, Henderson area. F1, man, the season kicks off land down under. The 2025 season opens for the fabulous Albert Park Grand Prix circuit here today. Down there, you're looking at 78 degrees with sunny skies, a light time low about 65. For tomorrow, sunny skies, 94 and 76. And for race day down in Australia, it's going to be cloudy with a 50% chance of rain. Daytime high right around 76, nighttime low about 58 for you, okay? The World of Outlaws Wings Rent Cars are at Kendall, Texas for a big 2-night bash and racing there, the greatest show on dirt. Friday mostly sunny with highs about 85, dropping off about low 55. Saturday, mostly sunny skies for the guys, 73 and about 55 for the green flag on that second event for you. The modifieds are going to be looking real well there in Maryville, Tennessee this weekend. And you got daytime highs right around Friday, about 76. On Saturday, they got a 25% chance of rain. Daytime highs right around 73, okay? And, of course, out here this weekend, Las Vegas Motor Speedway, it's going to be cool, cloudy, maybe a little bit of sunshine might be sneaking in here, but all three series are here. The party starts with Friday with highs going to be up in the area for you, looking real good. About the mid-70s is what they call for, but I don't think it's going to be anything close to that. Our special guest is getting ready to stand by, coming in the studio. We're going to take a 1-minute break. Coming up, joining us next, Harrison Burton, live right here on Pit Road Racing, is live at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. He joins the show right after this, everybody.
This is speed. This is winning. This is losing. This is smoke and fire. This is blood, sweat, and tears. This is the loudest party on earth. This is family and tradition. This is it. This is NASCAR in Las Vegas. The Pennzoil 400 returns March 14 through 16. Get your tickets now.
My bike's on. We might be able to hear each other. Good afternoon, Harrison. How you doing today, man?
How are you?
All right. Harrison Burton joining us here. Of course, Generation Racer, your father, your uncle, man. Your dad's doing the TV, and your uncle's got the Wild Wild West show going on. How about that?
Yeah, we've got an interesting group, that's for sure. Just a lot of fun between Jeb and myself racing each other now, and my dad and my uncle racing each other for years and years and years. And just having a shared interest with your family, right, is super fun. And for us to be able to enjoy it together and talk about it and have bragging rights at Thanksgiving about different records or wins or whatever. Me and Jeff got some work to do to catch our dads, but we're working on it. So we'll try and catch up to them a little.
You know, it's pretty funny because I remember when your dad and your uncle were driving Bill Davis, man, back up in the Winston-Salem High Point area back in those days. And now you're along on it, man. Took a little step down from the Woods Brothers, back racing in action in Xfinity Series. How'd you get started in racing, Harrison?
Yeah, just I fell in love with it watching my dad do it. I wanted to be like my dad growing up. I thought he was Superman, right? Like every kid does it. For me, just looking up to my dad was just really natural, and wanting to do what he did for a while just because that's what he did. And then I started to fall in love with it for my own reasons. And for me, it's the only place in life where nothing else matters but racing. Right? There's always something else going on in your brain or whatever. I get to the racetrack and I'm just happy because I've got no outside worries. I'm just focused on my one task, and I love it. I love the sport. I love the competition. I love the drive and the amount of effort and energy it takes to do it right. And just use that to keep me going.
Did you get started in like the Bando series?
Yeah, so I started in quarter midgets. Okay. When I was 5 years old. I ran my first race in quarter midgets, and then ran quarter midgets for a long time until I was 11. And then raced late model stock cars when I was 11 years old. So that was a big jump from a quarter midget to a late model stock car. And then went from there to, at the time, Canaan, now ARCA East, to the Truck Series, Xfinity Cup, now back to Xfinity. So I've done it all and raced a lot of, really cool stuff for good people and enjoyed it along the way for sure.
It definitely is. I mean, definitely. And man, it's kind of, I want to ask you a couple of quick questions here. Favorite track you like to go to so far?
Darlington. I love Darlington. Yeah, it's just one of the old school places. You feel like you're in the 70s when you walk in the gates there. And not that I would know, I guess, but for me, it just seems like a time machine. And my dad always ran really well there. My uncle was always really, really fast there. And it's just a place that must be in our blood. It comes natural to me as well. So just really one of my favorites.
And one that's on the schedule, when you look at it, you go, oh, God.
Man, I don't have any. I guess Chicago,
really?
Street course. I love the city, but it was one of my weakest races. So just trying to work on getting better at that. But not because I don't like it. I think it's really cool. It's a great event. It's a lot of fun, but I need to get better at it. So I need to have a chance to win to like it.
How much pressure is on you, legacy racing with your family? How much pressure is up on you with that being held on you?
Some. Nothing external, really. It's all internal for me. I thought, whenever you look back in your family tree, you always want to be a member of the family that moved the ball forward, right? And for me, my grandparents did a great job of paving the way for my parents, who paved the way for me. And when I have kids, I want to have paved the way for them. So for me, it's all about kind of doing, obviously I've had a lot of opportunities that I was very fortunate to have because of having connections through my dad and getting my foot in the door. But it's all about what you do when you put your foot in that door and try and work really, really hard and set a good example, be good to people. It'll all work itself out if you do all those things.
You like this track out here?
I love it. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. I had some of my best runs in Cup here. I left here with like one of the worst tastes in my mouth ever last year in the fall. Joey Logano won the race, and he's always really good here. And we restarted the last restart on like 20th, and I drove up to like 8th, past Joey, and then he decides to stay out. We pit. He wins the race, and I finished like 14th, right? So I was like, oh my gosh, like you just have these moments that even to the outside looking in, it's really hard to know, like, oh wow, that guy had a shot to win. But I feel like the last time I was here, I legitimately if we played our strategy different, would have had a chance to win. And so I love it here. One of my favorites.
If you could go back to it, and when your crew chief's on saying, pull it in, we're going to put tires, the thought would come back in your mind after it was all said and done, gone, my tires were good, I had plenty of fuel, I want to stay out?
The plenty of fuel was debatable.
Okay.
Joey did what a lot of the garage and myself and our crew chief included thought he couldn't make it, right? And he did that a few times where he saved better than anyone else thought he could. He won Nashville that way. So, yeah. Yeah, it's right. Yeah, all you need is just that little bit, and he's just an expert at saving. So I don't know. I mean, it worked out okay for us. We got a decent day out of it, but just one of those things that just stings you a little bit on the way out.
I want to ask you this because I know where your dad cut his teeth and your uncle too. You've taken laps around South Boston?
I have. Yeah. I won a race there when I was I believe like 16 years old in a K&N East race there. It was me and my good buddy Todd Gilland raced for the win there. I passed him on the last lap restart or whatever and got to win. My whole family was on the backstretch there, and it was just packed full of crazy Burtons, which is bad news if you're aware of our family. But it was one of my favorite moments. My dad always would do like a backwards victory lap when he won.
Right.
So I got to do that at South Boston, where him and my uncle cut their teeth, and then legit like high five my entire family down the backstretch and go and hang out at my grandma's house right after the race.
Yeah, that's cool.
They all lived in South Boston. A lot of them still do. And so it was one of my most cherished wins in life was at South Boston.
Martinsville's always been famous for the hot dogs, but what a lot of people don't realize. Tell them what's famous at South Boston.
Oh, the bologna sandwich.
Bologna sandwich. There you go.
Absolutely. Pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it might be my South Boston coming out whenever I go there, but I'm like, pretty good. Yeah.
So, how many have you eaten on a weekend there?
Oh, I don't know. I probably every time I go, I'll have one or two. I'm not like the Martinsville hot dog deal. People eat like 40 of them, and I'm like, I'll eat one every time.
I think Chocolate Myers actually still holds the record of like 76 on the whole weekend, man. 76 of those hot dogs back there, man.
Yeah. I'm not fortunately for me, I've got a good excuse. I got to go race, right? So I have 76 hot dogs.
I don't know how he stuffed them in there, Rob. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, cool. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, no.
Well.
Yeah, I've also get made fun of by my friends, and this is a weird thing because I like normally day to day I don't sound very Southern,
right?
And I'll do an interview and I sound Southern when I go back and listen to the interview. I'm like, that was really weird. It's something about like microphone and just talking about racing or something. I don't know. It's some weird thing in my brain where I'll do an interview and then my voice changes.
We're from Winston-Salem, so we got that. It comes in, and I notice once I start talking to you guys, my Southern thing starts to pop out again because we're all from that area and everything else. Let's talk about the y'all. That's it. Well, we all y'all. Talk about sponsorships and who you got working on the car this weekend for you and everybody else.
Yeah, we've got Dead on Tools on the car this weekend. They're a great partner of ours, just starting this year. Had them on the car for Daytona, and they were so pumped up. We had a pretty good finish there, and they just have a real good love for racing, which is fun to have partners that just want to be involved in the sport and want to grow with a race team, and they're really, really awesome and a great deal of fun when they come to the racetrack. And then we've got Ford Performance helping us out as always, and Dex Imaging is another primary sponsor on our car, and they've been my sponsor since I was 13 years old. So
really, you kept them that long?
Yeah,
wow.
So it's been from late models all the way, from really young age at late models to all the way to Cup. Right. I've won a race in a Dex car in any series I've ever raced in other than the truck series. So I ran a 1 year in trucks and did not win a race. And so, yeah, that's the only series in oval racing that I haven't had a win in a Dex car in. So from late models up, it's pretty wild to have a partner for that.
Let's go ahead and get him back into a truck for a race, put the Dex onto it, and then it'll be a sweep all the way through. It's sort of like what Kyle Busch said. If you notice, Kyle was talking about his retirement before everything else. He goes, well, Brexton's coming along, and I've won this, won that, won this, but he goes, I've never won the truck championship. Maybe I should go back and win the truck championship just to do it.
I would bet he would win it in his first try. So, he's pretty good. But so that would be a cool thing for me, like just in the future. I did get engaged, like last March. Yep. So coming up on 200 days, or just right now is 200 days till our wedding. So my fiance Jenna has been, we've been dating since we were in high school. So I was a sophomore in high school. She was a freshman in high school, and I was not always around or the smartest. So she was in my math class as a freshman, and I was a sophomore in high school. So that's how we met. So credit me being not the smartest guy in the world.
So what you're saying, without pulling the cat out of the bag, is that now your fiance, back then girlfriend, now fiance, took care of all of your math homework for you.
I might have been looking over her shoulder, no. So so she's been there through everything, through the best days, the worst days. Yeah, I'm super
Yeah,
excited. Excited to marry her.
congratulations.
She's awesome. She's here this weekend. Yep.
Mhm.
She doesn't come to all the races. She's pretty busy. She's got 2 jobs she does now.
Oh.
She works as a dance like instructor and choreographer. So
Okay.
she was one of the best competitive dancers in the world for all of our high school. She traveled across the country.
Well,
And just won everything. It made me jealous. She won everything she entered. She won.
have you got her involved in the racing business any at all?
So you say that. So she's starting her own apparel line as well. This is her second job she's got going, where she does athletic wear and mostly women's dance wear and things like that. But I have had her design a couple of my T-shirts and stuff that we have up for sale, and she designed my helmet this year. So she's got some graphic design she's pretty good at. So
another quick question for you: racing day or racing at night? What do you like the best?
I think the day. I think I've won more day races in my career, and I think it's because the hot, slick track kind of suits my style a little better. The track widens out. So yeah, I'll go for the day. I think the atmosphere of a night race is better, but for me, I think I have a better chance in the day, so I'll go with that.
One final thing, we were talking a little short track racing. I know you did South Bosch. You ever hit Hickory? You ever hit Bowman Gray or any of those guys?
Yeah, so never raced Bowman Gray. Want to for sure. Eventually in my career at some point. I missed the Bowman Gray K&N race by a year when I got there. Raced Hickory growing up when I was 11, 12, 13 in late model stock cars, raced Hickory a lot. Raced Ace Speedway at home, Orange County. I mean, all the short tracks you can think of, I've raced at.
That's some good old stuff there.
Yeah, so I love it. I grew up doing it, and yeah, so I don't think I ever won at Hickory, but I ran pretty good there when I was a little dude, when I was like 10, 11, 12, or 11, 12, 13 or so, and one of America's best racetracks for sure.
Want to ask you one final question out. Everybody's sort of doing the jump about, we want to race this, race that. Of course, we all know that Kyle Larson's done his time with not only NASCAR, he's done his time on the dirt track. And of course, they're running over there on the dirt track. And now IndyCar. Is NASCAR stock car racing something just for you, or would you looking down the road possibly to venture out into something else too?
That's a good question. I think for me, NASCAR is where it's at.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to do anything else full time. There's no way. It's nothing's more competitive. Nothing's more fun. Nothing has a more diverse schedule. To me, it is the pinnacle of motorsport. The Cup Series is the pinnacle of motorsport. But with that being said, I want to run some more super late model stuff. I grew up running super late models, my favorite race cars in the world. So if I can get back in a snowball derby or something like that, I'd love to do it.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
Joining us right here, Mr. Harrison Burton, man, he's going to be driving that Xfinity car in 25 on the car, right?
That's right.
There you go. You're going to have a 25 on the car. He's going to be rocking and rolling. You guys got practice and qualifying coming up for you.
Yep.
And, of course, tomorrow, the big race and everything else. One last question, man. Have you been out on any hunting trips with Uncle Ward, man?
I've been on a couple with Jeb, never with Ward yet.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I got to pass like a test or something to go hunting with Ward. He's pretty hardcore, man.
Really?
He's legit. I remember when I was a kid, thinking Ward was crazy because we would be at like family Christmas and stuff, and he'd show up like an hour late. Like, where's Ward been? And he'll come in the back door at my grandma's house. We call her Murmur. He'd open Murmur's back door and be full face paint, full camo, head to toe, and we'll have just gotten back hunting. So he'd show up to family Christmas just camoed out.
Did he have like 6 squirrels on one shoulder and 2 pheasant and a grouse on the other? You know,
he would normally come back, especially in the winter, with beavers.
Oh,
yes.
beaver.
So he would make like coats out of the beaver skins, and it's like a thing. If you're like a new woman of the family, he'll make you a coat out of beaver fur. And so like it's the most redneck crap you've ever heard in your life. But that is our family, man.
That's it. I love it.
Yep. I agree. Yeah. That's because he introduced himself and you couldn't understand him. Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. Yep. There you go. I'm sure she did. Yeah.
I've had your dad on the show before, and I've always wanted to have your uncle on. I just like him. I see these videos of him. He's out in the swamps or in the woods somewhere, and I mean, there's stuff all around him, and he's tracking stuff down. I just think he's really cool.
Oh, he's been that way for years and years and years. Yeah. So when he was my dad is, for example, right? So people in life are afraid of snakes. I would say 99% of people stay away from snakes. Ward, throughout his childhood, throughout his adulthood, has never been afraid of snakes. Will go up and grab these snakes and catch them and do whatever. Right? He's not afraid of anything in the wild or wildlife in general. And my dad has developed a fear of snakes because of his brother Ward, where Ward would put snakes under his covers and stuff at night, and my dad would get in bed and
oh my god,
oh there's snakes in there, or he'd throw snakes at it, so my dad, if he sees a snake, would probably end up throwing my mom in front of him to like get away from it because Ward is just traumatized him. So I promise you, like whatever you hear about Ward, like times it and being outside, times it by 2. He's every bit as much as advertised.
Well, I'm just like your dad. Okay, I don't care if they're this long. I don't care if this long or if they're 20 feet long. Yeah. I'll take a weed eater to it in a heartbeat. All right.
I hear you.
There we go. Wrapping it up for us. Harrison Burton's going to be rocking and rolling right here. I've told everybody this. It's always been my little thing. Here in this town, you have to have a little bit of roll of the dice and maybe a little lady luck along the way. And since your fiance is here this week, she's the good luck charm.
That's right. Sounds great. Thank you very much.
Thanks for your time. Harrison Burton right here, and he will join you more with On Pit Road Racing. Coming up next, Vice President of Las Vegas Media and Communications, Jeff Motley, right after this, everybody.
This is speed. This is winning. This is losing. This is smoke and fire. This is blood, sweat, and tears. This is the loudest party on earth. This is family and tradition. This is it. This is NASCAR in Las Vegas. The Pennzoil 400 returns March 14th through 16th.
Are you ready for the wildest ride on Fremont Street? The Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171 on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. Open 7 days a week, noon until midnight. Strap yourself in, pull your safety belts tight, and
welcome to my world. Handicapped man down at a charity feed. Great spread this morning. God, it was horrible. But it made what I needed to happen. Then I had these people that stopped and said, hey, you want some shoes? I said, yeah, I was going to need to get some anyway. So might as well. And if it really comes to fruition, help them buy more shoes so that we can help more people. Well, I'm not but you know what I mean. Hell, might as well. There's nothing wrong with helping someone. You know, it makes for good karma.
This is speed. This is winning. This is losing. This is smoke and fire. This is blood, sweat, and tears. This is the loudest party on earth. This is family and tradition. This is it. This is NASCAR in Las Vegas. The Pennzoil 400 returns March 14th through 16th. Get your tickets now.
This weekend, and we are here back in the media center. We're waiting on Jeff Motley to come, and of course, I got another great driver from the Derek Cope Racing and Cope Family Racing Team, Mr. Leland Honeyman. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
All right, and welcome to Las Vegas, man.
Yeah, it's a great place. Definitely not the place to be when you're 20 years old and whatnot. But I mean, it's still fun, right? The scenery is cool to look at, and
you should have fooled me, man. If you'd walked in a place, I'd have thought you were 21 and served you drink and tell you to put 5 on the blackjack table. But there you go.
I don't know if I should be offended if I look 21 or if I want to
you look 21, man. You do look 20. Oh, man, tell me how it is to being with the 1990 Daytona 500 champion, Derek Cope. How it is racing with this guy.
Yeah, no, he's definitely a unique guy. He's definitely a cool, very good mentor too. towards me and my teammate Thomas Nunziata this year, and he's done such a great job just showing me the ropes and teach me the right things that I need to know week in, week out. And honestly, the super speedway stuff too is like I can go towards him for info, and if I ever need anything, he can help me if I need it. And he's just such a great guy. It's definitely cool to have him a part of the team.
What do you think about this track out here?
I love Vegas. We have always ran good here. I ran here twice last year, and I made my debut. Finished I think 18th here, so my debut at this track. So honestly, I'm excited for today. New team, got more power underneath the hood this year, and I'm excited, man.
Every guest that we've had in, it seems that everybody's been. Have you taken a shot at the bull ring? Have you been over the bull ring here yet?
No, I actually grew up racing Bandoleros and Legend cars, so it's definitely I've never been over there. I've never watched a Bandolero or Legend car race. Only online. I've watched some late model stuff here and there, but definitely wanna go over there one day.
Well, I always ask everybody to start to tell us your racing story. So you started in the Bandole Legends. Where'd you go from there, Leland?
Yeah, I went from. I actually started in off-road trophy carts at the age of 4.
Okay.
Went from there to go-karts to bandoleros to legend cars to late models. They actually, NASCAR changed the rules to their NASCAR sanctioned track 12 years old. They changed it from 14 to 12. So it kind of opened up the opportunity for us to go from legend cars to late models. And I made the jump into a full-size stock car after I think like 6 legend car races. So grew up racing a lot of road course stuff left and right. I would consider myself somewhat of a European kid just because I grew up racing go-karts every single weekend at a professional level with all the good guys that are in the Formula IMSA cars now. So it's honestly just a honor just to be able to grow up in that era and in that time of when go-karting was big. And all these guys that grew up racing are somewhere big now.
You like the road course stuff? You like to race around the road courses?
Yeah, I definitely do. Obviously Thomas has all the road course races this year, which kind of sucks, but it's definitely something I can work with. And I'm going to go run some Trans Am stuff this year. Go run some dirt micro sprints out at Millbridge and such this year. So I'm excited just to get a part and be there.
You mentioned the things about it. And of course, and I mentioned this to a couple of other, I guess the big news coming out of this is that Cadillac will now enter the F1 series coming up in 2026. And of course, we all know that it's Andretti Global that's really pushing this thing. And he's had such great success in the IMSA race. And what do you think about whether that should, and we've asked drivers and other crew members too, do you think NASCAR should open it up? Since now, I don't know if you've seen it, but there's pictures that were done about a year ago up in Detroit at the auto show to where they had the Cadillac Blackhawk SR there, and it's got a Mountain Dew paint. I mean, this car looks absolutely mean. Your thoughts about maybe other manufacturers joining?
Yeah, no, for sure. Are you saying manufacturers in NASCAR or just in F1?
Yeah, and in NASCAR too. Now, it's taken Andretti so long to get it, and it got approved, and he wants to come to NASCAR, but we all know what he's got. It's Cadillac power.
Correct.
And so are you open for it? You think it'd be a good thing for that to pop in?
Yeah, obviously, we have Cadillac and, we have Chevrolet, which is technically Cadillac under the GM, range there.
Right.
I would say definitely it'd be cool to have a Cadillac in the field. It'd definitely be different just because it's like, I grew up watching, Chevy, Ford, Toyota, and, Dodge a little bit. I wasn't very, I wasn't into NASCAR at a very, very young age.
Right.
I was into NASCAR. I kind of faded out of it, and I was like, oh, I just want to race. I don't want to watch racing.
Right.
And so, but yes, I definitely think it'd be cool just to have, Cadillac or, any other manufacturer in the sport. I heard Dodge is maybe coming back too. So definitely be a cool thing.
Well, the Rams coming back next year, and their projected time, they said 2007, 2008. So I don't know what, Dodge is going to have, whether it be the Hellcat, the RT, whatever model they want to put in there. Of course, we all pretty much know the way it is now that these cars are built pretty much front to nose clip and back clip are the manufacturer. Everything pretty much in the middle is the same, except the motors. So, I mean, I just think it would be something I've been pushing. I came from the era of what your dad and your uncle were in, where you came to Martinsville, you came to Richmond, you came to Rockingham. There'd be 50 cars there to qualify. And now the fields have did that. And I know the times, Derek, your owner even said the times are changing. Things are coming the way the money is now. Nowadays, it's just tough to find. So let's talk about the people that are going to be on the card this weekend for you. It's helping you out sponsors wise and everything else. Let's do that.
Yeah, for sure. LH Waterfront Construction is my partner this weekend. It's actually my dad's company. He me and him started it back in 2020.
Right.
It's kind of helped us, get to the point where we are now in my racing career, and it's helped us a lot. So just honestly having him on board with us this weekend is definitely cool. And honestly, every single weekend I pretty much have a sponsor that's not him. So that's honestly the goal for me this year is to have all my races filled up. Even though I'm racing part time, it'd definitely be more hectic if I was full time again like last year, and having to fill those the sponsorship up for the next following year and such too. So I think having all my sponsors on board with me this year, we have most of them sold out, so it's really good for us.
There you go, fantastic. Anything else you'd like to add to the comment? I know you got a busy rest of the afternoon. Anything else you'd like to say to us?
Yeah, no, I really appreciate you having me on, and it's cool to finally meet you, and I've heard a lot about you.
Thank you very, very much. Real quickly, before we let you go, where your fans and people in the racing community can find you social media-wise, your Facebooks, Twitters, X, or whatever they call it nowadays.
Yeah, pretty much all my socials are Leland Honeyman Jr., and it's basically it on everything.
Going to be rocking and rolling this weekend in the car number 70 from the Koch family racing team. Leland Honeyman Jr. is joining us right here for On Pit Road Racing. My hand out to you, sir. Good luck to you. Well, and I've said this to everyone, and I've been doing this out here for 15 seasons. And here in Las Vegas, sometimes you need a little lady luck and a little roll of the dice to make it go. So good luck to you this weekend, my friend. Sir. You got it. Coming up next, we'll get Jeff Motley sitting in and get him ready to go. The Vice President of Communications and Media Relations here, going to make his final appearance on this program. It's all coming up. Want to thank Leland and everybody. Stay tuned. On Pit Road Racing continues right after this, everybody.
This is speed. This is winning. This is losing. This is smoke and fire. This is blood, sweat, and tears. This is the loudest party on earth. This is family and tradition. This is it. This is NASCAR in Las Vegas. The Pennzoil 400 returns March 14 through 16. Get your tickets now.
Are you ready for the wildest ride on Fremont Street? The Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171 on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. Open 7 days a week, noon until midnight. Strap yourself in, pull your safety belts tight, and feel the power and the speed at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. Downtown Las Vegas, Fremont Street, 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171, right on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. What are you waiting for? Log on, get your tickets now. It's time to go racing at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, 450 Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas.
Jerry B here up in Sacramento, Union Gospel Mission, giving out some shoes to the homeless here. A lot of smiling faces. We got one deal. We give you a pair of shoes. You got to give us a smirk and a photo. And this is the mission of the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, which is a non-profit organization based out of Las Vegas, started by Gene Woods. We're trying to do good things and fill little holes in people's lives the best we can. And today we're up in Sacramento, just doing the best we can. Thanks for supporting us.
Come on! What the yeah! Oh man! Woo! That is awesome!
This is speed. This is winning. This is losing. This is smoke and fire. This is blood, sweat, and tears. This is the loudest party on earth. This is family and tradition. This is it. This is NASCAR in Las Vegas. The Pennzoil 400 returns March 14 through 16. Get your tickets now.
Top of the hour right here for you at Friday afternoon's edition of On Pit Road Racing is live from the Local IQ Media Center, second floor for us, and we'll be ready to roll. Coming up a little bit later on, the EcoSafe 201. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series is going to be rocking and rolling here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And of course, tomorrow you've got the Xfinity Racing, and the big show is on Sunday. The Pinsell 400 presented to you by Jiffy Lube. Take a look at racing around the track and what's going on this weekend. You got it right. Monster Energy Series Supercross and round number 10 is going to be in Birmingham, Alabama, coming up on March 22nd. And you can catch that race day live at 1:30. The gate drops at 7 p.m. for racing there. Short track racing for you. The Yamaha Sonoma Short Track and Sonoma Raceway in Sonoma, Georgia. That's coming up for you on Saturday, March 29th. And we're looking at Speedway Motorcycle Racing at Action Park East, May 24th. The Outlaw Nationals round number 1 for you is all coming up. Champion Speedway coming for us at May 3rd. The Spring Classic, the West Coast, as far as Speedway Motocross and Speedway Motorcycle Race in Paris. Raceway, your openers April 20th. Fast Fridays in Auburn is set for May 19th. Costa Mesa, the 55th year of racing down at Costa Mesa Speedway starts May 12th, and the Industry Hills is kicking off on March 29th. This weekend, Formula One racing is for you in Austria, kicking it off 14th through the 16th. IndyCar's got a couple of weeks off before they return back to March 23rd to the Thermal Club out in California, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Fox will have the coverage for you. The greatest day in racing, though, coming up for you May 25th, the Indy 500, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Fox will have the coverage, and of course, it is the greatest day in motorsports, folks, because we kick it off with breakfast in Monaco for the Formula One. Then we head to Indianapolis for lunch for the 500 and wrap it up that night. Dinner time and the barbecues are rocking and rolling with the Coca-Cola 600 from Charlotte Motor Speedway, okay? And also to let you know, the dirt racing for you coming up is looking real well. The NOS Energy Outlaw Series, May 14th and 15th, doubleheader at Smoky Mountain Speedway. NASCAR's back in action. The ARCA East is coming up for you March 22nd at Five Flags Speedway. ARCA West is back in action April. They've already been there, but at Tucson. And, of course, today you've got the EcoSafe 200, Las Vegas Motor Speedway coming up for you at 6 p.m. tonight. The green flag at 6:12. You can catch all the television coverage on Fox Sports 1. Radio will be on Sirius XM and the NRN. And tomorrow we've got Xfinity Racing coming up for you, and you're going to get a green flag at 4:40 coming up for you with radio for PRN, Sirius XM, and be looking good for the CW television coverage. And then the granddaddy of them all here on Sunday, the Pennzoil 400, presented to you by Jiffy Lube. Las Vegas Motor Speedway coming up this weekend, March 16th, 3:30 p.m. Fox Sports 1 will have the television coverage. PRN, Sirius XM will cover you on the radio call for that. Looking good. And we'll take a quick break where we'll line it up. Mr. Jeff Motley will be on his way here as we're doing it right here. Las Vegas Motor Speedway still to come tonight. We're going to be taking our walk down towards the garages. We'll hit yourself on the grid for the truck series. And of course, we'll have the final part of this evening where we'll go down to the snake pit, what they call it, to take drivers 2 through 5 and get their race reactions. Alan Michaels, Diane Fox, Rob Street, the whole gang is here today. On Pit Road Racing is live right here, Las Vegas Motor Speedway on the second floor of the Local IQ Media Center. Back with more right after this, everybody.
This is speed. This is winning. This is losing. This is smoke and fire. This is blood, sweat, and tears. This is the loudest party on earth. This is family and tradition. This is it. This is NASCAR in Las Vegas. The Pennzoil 400 returns March 14th through 16th. Get your tickets now.
Come on! What the yeah! Oh man! Woo! That is awesome!
Are you ready for the wildest ride on Fremont Street? The Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171 on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. Open 7 days a week, noon until midnight. Strap yourself in, pull your safety belts tight, and feel the power and the speed at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, downtown Las Vegas, Fremont Street, 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171, right on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. What are you waiting for? Log on, get your tickets now. It's time to go racing at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, 450 Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas.
This is speed. This is winning. This is losing. This is smoke and fire. This is blood, sweat, and tears. This is the loudest party on earth. This is family and tradition. This is it. This is NASCAR in Las Vegas. The Pennzoil 400 returns March 14th through 16th. Get your tickets now.
Welcome to my world. Handicapped man down at a charity feed. Great spread this morning. God, it was horrible. But it made what I needed to happen. Then I had these people that stopped and said, "Hey, you want some shoes?" I said, "Yeah, I was going to need to get some anyway." So might as well. And if it really comes to fruition, help them buy more shoes so that we can help more people. Well, I'm not we, but you know what I mean. Hell, might as well. There's nothing wrong with helping someone.
This is speed. This is winning. This is losing. This is smoke and fire. This is blood, sweat, and tears. This is the loudest party on earth. This is family and tradition. This is it. This is NASCAR in Las Vegas. The Pennzoil 400 returns March 14th through 16th. Get your tickets now.
And we're back at you right here, Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Everything sort of shifted around in the room. I'm sort of used to working from right to left, and now I'm working left to right here. And just standing by, Jeff Motley will be back with us, and we're doing it on Pit Road Racing live from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway Friday edition for you. Real quickly, just to wrap up some things. General Tire 150 last weekend from Phoenix, Arizona. Round number 2 of the Arcade Menard Series got rocking and rolling underneath the lights at the Phoenix Raceway. No one would go, knowing that it would go into overtime. A little bit of rubber, a little bit of banging, but it was Brent Cruz holding off Daytona winner Brendan Queen. Cruz held on to the bottom line for the last 3 laps. Queen tried everything he could do on the last lap, but it just wouldn't work out that way. So it looked pretty good out there. It was good racing. I caught that one on television last week. It really was. As we're heading into tonight's show, the EcoSave 200 Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It's a green flag for you. It's 6:12 here on the West Coast, 9:12 for everybody back on the East Coast. Currently, right now, Corey Heim sitting in the number 1 spot. You got Grant Enfinger back in number 2s and 3s. Chandler Smith. Ben Rhodes is currently sitting in the 5th spot, 17 points up ahead. Gio Ruggiero at 62. Stuart Friesen sitting in the 7th spot. Daniel Hemrick sitting in 8th right now. Jake Garcia in 9th. Jack Wood in your 10th position. Outside of the round of 10 is Bailey Curry, which we spoke to him a little bit earlier today. Tanner Gray, Lane Riggs, Tyler Acom, and Caden Honeycutt, who is just here in this studio, is currently standing in 15th. So he's got a little bit of work to do. Those guys, Curry 1 point back out of the top 10. Tanner Gray 7 back. Lane Riggs is 8. Tyler Acom is 9 back, and Honeycutt is standing 11 points back. All right. Eric Almirola won the GOVX 200 Xfinity Series at Phoenix last weekend. This was his first win of the year, the first at Phoenix, an 8th career win. The 17 of Alex Bowman finished up in 2nd spot, while Brandon Jones, Ryan Sieg, Justin Allgaier, Taylor Gray, Sam Mayer, Christian Eckes, Jesse Love, and Nick Sanchez all round out your top 10. Bowman won the stage 1, and it was Allgaier winning up on stage 2. So currently, right now, is coming into Las Vegas, everybody. Your Xfinity points, 4 out of 33 events in the books. It's Jesse Love. He's in the number 1 spot with 1 win, 5 playoff points, regular season championship leader right now. Austin Hill stands back in 7th. He's got 1 win with 9 playoff points. Connor Zilic with 1 win, 5 playoff points. And as we work our way back, then it's Justin Allgaier. He's standing in the 4th spot. Sam Mayer up in 5th. He's 40 to the head. Sammy Smith sits in the 6th spot. Sheldon Creed, of course, was with Richard Childress, now over at Joe Gibbs Racing. He stands in 7th. Taylor Gray, he's in 8th place. Jeb Burton, and of course, we had Harrison on just a couple of minutes ago, the cousin to Jeb Burton right there, and Christian Eckes currently standing in the 10th spot. Ryan Sagan 12th, and William Solvich in the 12th position. Right now, Burrs currently below the line. Harrison Burton standing 2 back. Josh Williams 3 back. Nick Sanchez is standing 6 back, with Carson Quaffle standing at 11 points back. Well, Daytona 500 winner William Bryan climbed out of his number 24 Hendrick Motorsports on Phoenix Raceway Pit Road with a huge smile after claiming his first pole position in nearly a year. But it was Christopher Bell who won the Shriners Children's 500 NASCAR Cup Series race at Phoenix International Raceway. This was his 3rd consecutive win of the year, 2nd at Phoenix, and 12th of his career. This weekend, if the dice roll right for him, then what's going to end up happening here, that Christopher Bell has got a shot to tie the legendary Bill Elliott for 4 straight in a row. That has not been done since 1992 when Bill Elliott did that. Okay. Top 5 finishers coming up for you. Denny Hamlin finished 2nd, followed by Kyle Larson, Josh Berry, Chris Buescher, pole sitter William Bryan in there, along with Alex Bowman, Kyle Busch, Zane Smith, and Chase Elliott rounding out your top 10 right there. Okay. And currently, as we said, after Phoenix, the standings are looking just like this. Christopher Bell stands up on top with 3 wins and 152 points, 16 playoff points. William Byron with a win, 165 points, regular season point leader, 6 playoff points. Tyler Reddick starting right there for 23-11 is currently standing in the 3rd spot. Ryan Blaney, who right there working good with Penske, will be working at 4th. Chase Elliott for Hendrick Motorsports stands up in 5th. His teammate Alex Bowman in 6th. Then comes Denny Hamlin for Joe Gibbs Racing, currently standing 7th in the points. Kyle Busch has definitely made a move over the last couple of races. He was technically out of the top 16 just a couple of weeks ago, but has had a couple of good runs. Kyle Busch now standing in 8th spot, 110 points, 27 ahead of the 17th spot. Joey Logano currently has 110, and he stands in 9th spot. Chris Buescher right there stands in the 10th spot. Kyle Larson in 11th. Bubba Wallace for 23-11 stands in 12th. John Hunter Nemechek right now stands in 13th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 14th right there. Michael McDowell in 15th, and Ross Chastain brings up the bottom of the field, standing at 16th. Standing outside the top right now, 3 drivers: Todd Gilliland, Carson Hostevar, and Eric Jones, all standing just outside the points. And speaking of that, let's take a quick break. I come back. I did a good interview with Carson Hostevar yesterday. Let's take a little gander of that, and we'll replay it, and we'll come back with you right after this.
This is speed. This is winning. This is losing. This is smoke and fire. This is blood, sweat, and tears. This is the loudest party on earth. This is family and tradition. This is it. This is NASCAR in Las Vegas. The Pennzoil 400 returns March 14th through 16th. Get your tickets now. This is speed. This is winning. This is losing. This is smoke and fire. This is blood, sweat, and tears. This is the loudest party on earth. This is family and tradition. This is it. This is NASCAR in Las Vegas. The Pennzoil 400 returns March 14th through 16th. Get your tickets now.
Still tickets available for you. You want to go to LVMS.com, everybody. That's where they're at, because the wildest, craziest party is here. It's ready to go. We're not only racing at the big track, too. We're going to do some dirt racing, man. I love it. Slinging and flinging. Standing by on the Gene Woods Racing Hotline, driver of the number 77 Delaware Life Chevrolet Z1 El Camaro for Spire Motorsports. First time with us on the program, and is welcome Carson Hostevar. Good afternoon, and welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
How you doing today, man? Let's get it. Before we get anything else, man, you've had 50 starts coming up here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. two top five, 7 top 10s. Real quickly, I want to go back to Atlanta, if you wouldn't mind, real fast, because a lot of people gave this guy a lot of crap, man, saying that he was racing too hard, racing to this. He got that car straight up on the line. What, 5 left to go, and people were bitching. He's going for the win. First of all, Carson, I want to take my hat off to you and tip my hat to you, because a win is a win, and if you'd have got that bad boy, you'd have been locked into the title. So,
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. No, we had a shot to win a race, and our car was super fast that day, and we've had fast cars all year. Just haven't had 100% the best of luck in Atlanta. We had everything go right till the last, about 50 feet when they, threw the yellow with a shot that, through the middle, right, 2-3 seconds after the yellow came out, we were just edged out front. But it was a lot of fun. It was enjoyable, and it makes us hungry that we were that close and just want to be that much better.
talk about Las Vegas this weekend. You like this track out here?
I do. I've ran good there in trucks before, and we were fast there in a cup car before. So yeah, I'm excited for it. It's a fun track and very different. Obviously, going out to Las Vegas is enjoyable. Anyways.
Do you like racing in the day or racing at night?
It don't bother me. I like both, like day to evening and day to night. Like I just like when the track really moves around and becomes a lot of fun.
I think it's going to be a good weekend. I got a weather updated forecast for Sunday. Daytime high is going to be about 69 with a light breeze, a little cool, but for Las Vegas this time of year. But I think you guys are going to have a great run out here, and I'm just looking forward to it. I really, after you got that beef, man, I went back and I looked at a couple of things. Earnhardt and Petty, Jeff Gordon and Rusty Wallace. Man, do you take it back? Racing is racing, Carson, and man, I don't know. I just got a lot upset with a lot of these guys that said that you got too aggressive to this and to that. In this day of racing, man, a win's a win. If you got to put a bumper to somebody, you got to put a bumper to somebody.
That's right. Well, it's just, especially now, winning is so important. We win Atlanta, right? You get to put your feet up till playoff comes, knowing you're locked in, and you could really, even be more aggressive, knowing that, winning matters even more, just to be able to get playoff points and everything. And there's a reason the industry's gone more towards win at all costs. It's more fun to watch, but more fun to really just put it all on the line.
I want to talk to you about off-track type of stuff. You're really involved in this iRacing, huh?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to just go on the simulator, and I just play with a lot of my friends. I grew up racing around the country, so a lot of my friends are around not where I'm at, basically. So that's how we stay involved and keep racing, and keep talking, and get to have a lot of fun playing, mixing video games and racing.
Joining us on the Gene Woods hotline right now, he's the driver of the number 77 Delaware Life Chevrolet for Aspire Motorsports. Carson Hostebar out there. Hey, when you're doing this iRacing thing, do you jump on like into the general public? People like, I guess like me, that would just log on to have some fun with it. Do you tell people, hey, you're racing with me? Do you let the cat out of the bag?
Well, it shows up on my name, so like most people see it. But yeah, there's a handful of times where it's fans or people I know, or people that know of me, they're fans of NASCAR or whatever. So
right.
It's always a lot of fun. Sometimes when I make a mistake, I'm held to maybe sometimes I don't want to say a higher standard, right? But like everybody's well aware, like, I drive race cars for a living. So if I, pull something super aggressive just because it's a video game, I kind of got to watch that maybe a little bit at times too.
You ever try the Ross Chastain around Martinsville and rub the wall?
Yeah, like we came up. I think Ross basically came up to that, like, because we did it on iRacing in 2020, 2 years prior, and it was like it worked, well.
That's pretty cool. I grew up in around that area right there, and I know that if it would have been the old way the track was, and if he'd have pulled that, he'd have been eating some guardrail. I can just tell you that. Do you have any pre-race regiments? Anything before you do get into the cars, or anything special that you do?
No, not really. I just like racing and just go racing basically. I don't have anything that I try to keep myself in a routine or anything.
Okay. Any special quirks? I talked to Alex Bowman last week, and I asked him, is there anything that you put left glove on first, right glove, left shoe, right shoe? Any special thing? And he said he had special underwear, and he forgot them at Coda.
No, not that I can think of. I just like to try to have as much fun as I can during the weekend is really about it.
That's it. Hey, Carson, if you wouldn't mind, we got about a minute or so left to go. I appreciate your time this morning. We have a lot of young racers that watch and listen to this program. Kids that are coming up and their dads and moms through the bandos, the legend cars, super late models, modifies. Could you take a minute and give some encouragement to the young viewers and listeners out there? I mean, it's racing's a tough business, but a little encouragement from a seasoned pro like yourself.
Yeah, I mean, my parents, were super involved when with quarter midgets and everything, and it was probably the most fun I ever had. Was racing quarter midgets with the most fun. You're just going racing with your family and seeing all your friends and everything. So that's where I really enjoyed it. I don't anybody can make it, but whether you win 1,000 races or win no races in quarter midgets, I mean, I know a handful of guys that have made it, sprint car racing or NASCAR racing that were quarter midget racing that you didn't think they had a lick of talent in quarter midgets, that they figured it out. Some figured it out super early, some figured it out late. But for me, as long as you just enjoy it and have fun and stick with it, that's the most important part, because when you're racing as a kid, that's gonna be the most fun days, even if you make it all the way to Sunday. I still look back on those memories very fondly, and everybody that I see or talk to or have done the whole progression, even all the way to Jeff Gordon, his fondest memories is going racing with his dad quarter midgets when he was a kid.
There you go. Well, I want to wish you luck this weekend. We're going to stop by the hauler and like to meet you in person. And if you do get up in the media center, we're actually going to take this show as being, you were actually on a live streaming television show here, and we're recording your bit here and that, but we'd love to have you up. We're going to be doing over 15 hours of live streaming. We'll be in a media center up in the main room. So if you get a minute, come on by, sit down in the chair, and we'll have a cold Coca-Cola, a bottle of water, and talk a little racing from Las Vegas.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Driver of the number 77 Delaware Life Chevrolet for Spire Motorsports, Carson Hostvar will be making it here to Las Vegas. Carson, thanks so much. Real quickly before I let you go, social media where they can find you if they want to tag up Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, or any of that?
Yeah, just at Carson Hostvar. It is everywhere, or carsonhostvar.com, and it'll get you all the right places.
Thanks so much for your time. Good luck to you. Safe travels out here in Las Vegas this weekend, and hope to see you and have a good weekend, my friend.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you very
much. Are you ready for the wildest ride on Fremont Street? The Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171 on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. Open 7 days a week, noon until midnight. Strap yourself in, pull your safety belts tight, and feel the power and the speed at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, downtown Las Vegas, Fremont Street, 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171, right on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. What are you waiting for? Log on, get your tickets now. It's time to go racing at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. 450 Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas.
This is speed. This is winning. This is losing. This is smoke and fire. This is blood, sweat, and tears. This is the loudest party on earth. This is family and tradition. This is it. This is NASCAR in Las Vegas. The Pennzoil 400 returns March 14 through 16. Get your tickets now.
And get your tickets right now. There we go. Little thing with a flip of the screen there. We just got our reports in from NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series practice. Here it is, the final round of practice for you. In top of the charts in the number 99 Truckers Bend Rhodes right there with a time of 30.269. That's 178.4000 miles an hour around the track. Did it in 3 laps. Did it in lap 3 of 16 laps on the track. Time Majeski's, the Soda Sense Club Records Ford. Bop it in for you in the second spot, driving the number 98 there, and ties Majeski's top speed for the final practice, 30.271 seconds around. That's 178.389 miles an hour for you. Then you're looking at Tyler Acom, Corey Haim, Corey Day. Then we're looking at Giovanni Ruggiero, and then Bailey Curry, Stuart Friesen, Matt Mills. We just had Matt on. Matt had a good final practice rounds. We're going to get the final qualifying results here in just a couple of minutes for you. And but that guy, one of our guys in it, Bailey Curry, was on the show today. Matt Mills on the show today, having a good run. Then you had Lane Riggs, Grant Infinger. We've had Grant on the show. Hopefully get to talk to him down on the Grid. Dustin Sutton right there in his Rockley Roofing Chevrolet coming up in the 12th spot. Jack Wood right there. Then you got Jake Garcia, Connor Muzak, and then Andreas Perez, Rajah Caruth, William Solwich, Tanner Gray, Justin Haley, Daniel Hemrick, Matt Crafton, Chandler Smith, Spencer Boyd, Caden Honeycutt, Nathan Bird, Tony Berringer, all wrapping it up. That's final practices. And with that, I've got our special guest standing by. A real quick break. We'll come back with the Vice President of Media Relations and Communications. Jeff Motley joins our program right after this, everybody.
This is speed. This is winning. This is losing. This is smoke and fire. This is blood, sweat, and tears. This is the loudest party on earth. This is family and tradition. This is it. This is NASCAR in Las Vegas. The Pennzoil 400 returns March 14 through 16. Get your tickets now.
Little button doing that. There we go. You better get your tickets right now, because if not, it's going to be a sellout. You can get them at lvms.com, and I think we're going to be close to a sellout. Standing with us, 29th appearance on this program, got us kicked underway, man. It was 15 racing seasons ago. We joined the family here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, cut our teeth, and he's back with us one more time. The Vice President of Communications and Media Research right here at Las Vegas, Jeff Motley. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
How you doing? Well, you're huffing and puffing today.
It's been a busy day.
Busy day.
It normally is on Fridays, and it's funny. You get here on Friday, and everybody from the traveling circus, I call it, they show up in town. Where were they last week? Phoenix. Week before that, they're in Austin. They kind of drive by their hood pins, right? They don't look to the next race until Monday gets here. So everybody shows up today. Everybody, my middle name becomes I need. I need. So I kind of answer to that. But it's Friday. Get everybody settled here. We got the truck series getting ready to run tonight. A little bit of a busy day Friday, but that's the way it is.
Yeah, Xfinity rolling off tomorrow, and of course the big show on Sunday, Pennzoil 400 presented by Jiffy Lube.
Yeah, it should be a great weekend. Great racing, and look, Cup race. Christopher Bell's going for that 4th win in a row. I mean, Jimmy Johnson's the last guy to do that. It was 18 years ago. We know how good certain guys are here. Kyle Larson's good here. Joey Logano's going to be good here. We know all the Hendrick cars are going to run well here on Sunday. So it should be an exciting race, and I think it's kind of neat to see. Finally, we got a driver out there where everybody's kind of chasing. I think we've had different guys that've kind of been comers and goers over the last several years, but to see a guy have a chance to win 4 races in a row, and not only would it be 4 races in a row, but you're talking about 4 races in a row on 4 completely different type of racetracks. I mean, you're talking about a restrictor plate track, kind of we call it, although we know they don't run restrictor plates anymore. They're tapered spacers. People like to call them that, but it's a drafting track. So he won on a drafting track. Then he wins on a road course. Then he wins on a mile track. If he could come here and win on a 1.5 miles, that's completely different from Atlanta, even though it's a 1.5 miles. And look, there's no question he's a championship contender.
All the way around. I think so. He's on, and I got that before Jimmy Johnson. Before that, it was Bill Elliott that did it. The last stretch done 1992 when Bill won 4 straight.
Yeah, and it was also around that time, I believe, when Harry Gant was winning 4 in a row. Because I remember when Harry won 4 in a row, I was a sports writer back then, and I actually covered a couple of those races, because I think one might have been at North Wilkesboro, and One might have been at Martinsville, if I remember right. I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure one was at North Wilkesboro back then. So, yeah, I remember the Harry Gant going.
And I was at the one at Martinsville because if you remember, it came down to the battle between him, Darrell Walpin, and Rusty Wallace, and Harry Gant's car was tore up. There wasn't nothing on the front of it. You saw the motor, you saw the radiator. That thing was demolished.
Well, he wasn't the only guy to win races at Martinsville with the car torn up. That's just kind of the way the nature of the beast was, especially on the short tracks back there in those days, the old Nashville Fairgrounds or Bristol and North Wilkesboro, Martinsville, some of those tracks. Even the old Richmond when they ran at the old, what they called it, the Fairgrounds track before they turned it into the 3/4 mile track.
Yeah. It's something else. Great. I think it's going to be cool out here this weekend. I think we might see some speed records. What do you think? It's cool.
It's going to be cool tonight. The weather's going to be a little bit better tomorrow, and Sunday's supposed to be a beautiful day. I think we're looking at 74, sunny on Sunday. So I don't think it'll be cool at all. In fact, it'll probably get a little warm in those race cars on Sunday, would be my guess. I think it'll be pretty cool tonight for the truck race, though. I think that's probably going to be a little bit more of a challenge.
We got some great celebrities coming in. Man, how did you land Morgan Freeman?
Friend of a friend.
Friend of a friend.
I think that's kind of the way these things go. We've had some pretty astounding people over the years, but Morgan Freeman might be the biggest of all that I think we've had here. And he also starred in what was my favorite movie of all time, The Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
So, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I've been doing this for 26 plus years, and I'm not ever really fanboy.
Right.
I've been fanboy one time in 26 years here, and that was the year that we had the living members of the 1980 U.S. Olympic hockey team as our grand marshal, because I was just shy of my 12th birthday watching the Miracle team win the gold medal in 1980 and beating the Russians in the semifinals. So I was kind of in awe of having those guys, and standing there taking a picture with Mike Eruzione was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I have to admit, I might be fanboy a little bit on Sunday with having Morgan Freeman here. I think he's a great American, and he's one of the great entertainers of my entire lifetime.
And a great voice. And I mean, my favorite was Lean on Me. I mean, because that came from a true story from old crazy Joe Clark back in those days. But so that, I mean, and then we got WWE.
Chelsea Green will be driving the pace car on Sunday. John Schneider's coming out Sunday. It was Bo Duke and the Dukes of Hazzard. John's coming out Sunday. You got a text a couple weeks ago. Said, "Hey, I'm spending the whole month of March in Vegas. Love to come out to the race. Got anything you want me to do?" I already had a flag waiver. I already got a command. I already got somebody driving the pace car. And we had John out here one time before. And I don't know, you guys probably weren't even around because this was before we even built this media center. John was the grand marshal for our Saturday race.
Okay.
And he came up with this crazy idea, and I looked at him like he had three heads, but I said, "What the heck? Let's give it a try. Let's see if we can time this out." He owned one of the original General Lees. So he brought the General Lee out, and we staged it over in turn 3. And the way we worked it out, John drove the General Lee all the way around the track to the start-finish line, hopped out of the car like he was Bo Duke, and said, "Drivers, start your engines." And
that would have been cool.
And the only thing I can describe it was badass.
That would have been. Did he do the slide thing across the?
No, he jumped out, and right there was the microphone, and he did the "Drivers, start your engines." But that was pretty cool. Yeah, it was about 20 years. It was at least 20 years ago, probably, when he did that. He was probably a little more nimble then than he is now. But I'm going to remind him of that on Sunday and see if he remembers that.
Some news that came across. Chris Powell is now retiring as the president, general manager of Las Vegas Motor Speedway, a new man in helm.
Patrick Lindsay's coming in. Patrick has been executive director of the PGA event here, PGA Tour event here for the last 9 years. I've known Patrick the whole time he's been there, and have enjoyed spending more time with him over the last couple of weeks since he was coming on board for the job. I like Patrick's an amazing guy.
Yeah.
He grew up in North Carolina. He went to UNC Greensboro, so he gets the NASCAR world. But he's been here in Vegas for, like I said, almost 10 years. So he knows the local market. He knows the local community. So he's not a stranger to the community, and he's not a stranger to the racing world in terms of just having grown up around it. And I always had to kind of think in some ways golf is very similar to NASCAR in the fact that it's an individual sport, more so than it's not a team stick and ball sport like the Raiders, the Golden Knights, or something like that. So I think Patrick will come in here and he'll do a great job.
And of course, news was just found out yesterday. About broke my heart. You're finishing up your series. This is going to be your last weekend here. You've got a brand new job. Congratulations. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, after 26 years, I was the first person Chris hired So it's kind of fitting, I guess, that I came in with them and we'll go out together. But I'm really, really excited to take a job as chief media officer with a company called Position Sports, based here in Las Vegas. We work on a ton of sporting events around the country, and we'll be handling most of the game operations for the college football national championship game that'll be played here in 2027.
Right.
The Final Four should be involved in that in 2028. Hopefully, the Super Bowl will come back in either 2030 or 2031, and we'll have an opportunity to play a significant role in that game. And everybody knows me. I'm a sports fan. I'm not just a racing fan. I'm a sports fan in general. And a lot of times you do something for a long time, and you almost get typecast that's all anybody knows you for. And I feel pretty fortunate, pretty excited that I get an opportunity to go and do something a little bit different, at this stage of my life. And look, I'm still going to be around Vegas,
Yeah.
and anybody at the racetrack that needs me, wants to call me, text me, whatever, I'm going to be around for them. And who knows, maybe with my, with this new group that I'm going to be working with, we might be able to do some stuff with the Speedway or with the racing. Or if not, you guys might see me out here in October sipping on my Crown Royal, sitting up in the suite, watching you guys work. So
Diane, pull that out. We were going to save this, and we did not know this. We did not know that this was going to come. Diane, you come on over to the side. And Rob's got that, and we'll get a picture in that. But we did not know this until yesterday when we were down in that. And it's been 15 racing seasons that we've been here in Las Vegas, Jeff. And you sort of took us under the way. You made us earn our bones. There was no hot passes when we first started out. You made us work for what we had, and you told us that it'll take you 2 years, Alan. If you can get your feet in the cement, people start taking you serious in that. And it's been 15 years. So Diane has got something here for you. We did not know this. We were just going to do this for you because it's 15 seasons. So, Diane, if you wouldn't mind, turn it around. Mr. Jeff Motley, thank you very, very much. Vice President of Las Vegas Motor Speedway Media, 15 years of racing with you here from Alan, Diane, Gene, and Robin Arson. And we thank you so much for everything that you've done for us, Jeff. If it wasn't for you, we would not be here. We would not be here.
Well, you guys are here because you're good at what you do, and you guys are here because, like I said, when you're new, you kind of prove yourself a little bit, and the respect level that I have for what you guys have done as journalists over here for the last 15 years. That's why I've been on the show 29 times.
That's right.
And I think that's part of the reason why when I find out 2 or 3 weeks before races that I got some drivers available, that I trust putting on your show.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to put a NASCAR Cup Series driver on a show that I know they're not going to be treated professionally and that everything's going to be done right. And you guys have done that throughout the entire time. And you've been one of our few media outlets that's really been supporters of everything that we've done here, whether it be at the bull ring or at the dirt track or even a drag race that we might be running on a Friday night with a bunch of door slammers out there.
Yeah.
So you guys have been here for all of it. And I think when you find media outlets like that are supportive of what you do, you're really appreciative of it. And I appreciate all you guys have done, because you guys have done nothing but been passionate and wanted to grow the sport.
Yep.
And I hope you keep doing it. Just because I'm gone, I hope you keep on doing it. I'm glad both of you are healthy now,
Yeah.
healthier now, and feeling better. You look good, and so I'm happy for you guys for personally, far more even than the professional side.
Right.
So
And
I
Jeff-
appreciate this.
Jeff was always one that he knew about my medical conditions, and he's a very busy man. But every now and then I'd open up that email, and he said, "How you hanging, Alan? You in there? We see you next week. I'll be here." So we're there. I got one test to do. I think I've got it pretty good, man. I feel good about it.
Yeah, you tried to retire on me, and I told you couldn't. Remember?
Yeah, I did. I did. And that real quickly before, and I've just mentioned last time we saw each other. And just a quick shout out to a lot of people watching. We've lost some great people in the motorsports, but one, Mr. Scott Gaffarini, what a great guy.
Yeah, Scotty was one of the first guys I met out there at the bull ring. He was one of our stalwarts out there. I mean, I think about those early days, racing out there, and we had Scotty Gaffarini and Chuck Trickle, and we've lost a lot. Not just Scotty. Dick Cobb
Right.
was one of our top guys out there at the time, and Ray Hooper Jr.,
Right.
another guy who we've lost, and Dick Adesanya. It's just a lot of guys, that over the years that have been so instrumental to what we've done out there. And, it was amazing. I mean, we used to have like 20, 30 cars out there
Yeah.
sometimes. Kyle Busch and Jason Allen, Mike Kofer racing out there. Mike Kofer, guy won 2 Super Bowls with the San Francisco 49ers as a kicker, and he's out winning a track championship at the Bull Ring. So I've had a lot of really great memories out there.
Can't wait to get back to it. You know, and a lot of the people that we've had when we had the Nice Motorsports, all those guys that all ran bull ring races before they actually got into the trucks and everything else. I mean, they're all out there.
You know, it's funny. I was the other day, last night, we had Riley Herbst driving the pace car for the hauler parade last night. And I was thinking about how, you know, Riley and Noah and Zane Smith, and Zane's not from Vegas, but he came over here and raced every Saturday night. So how Riley and Noah and Zane were out racing on our bull ring, you know, kids cutting up in the pits, throwing water balloons at each other, you know, and now they're all 3 out here racing in the Cup Series full time, and you're racing where it really counts.
We've had some great talent, and you know, we were talking about Jesse Love, who spent a lot of time at the bull ring, and look where he's at. But you can't count out the Bush brothers, but I mean, they sort of set the precedent of taking it into the modern part. Would you agree?
Well, I mean, look, to me, the Kurt Busch is kind of the guy who just set it up for everybody. And don't get me wrong, Kyle, unbelievable what Kyle's done, but you know, Kurt was the first one really. And look, there are guys at small racetracks all across America that are as good as these guys that we see out here race on Sunday, who really never get the opportunity, whether it be because of money or they just don't get noticed or whatever happens. Kurt making it put eyeballs on Las Vegas. It put eyeballs on his family, which gave Kyle an opportunity, but it really put eyeballs on Las Vegas. And we've had so many other guys that came through. I mean, even guys that really didn't necessarily make it long term, the Dylan Kwasniewski's and the Jay Beasley's and Spencer Gallagher. I mean, there's so many other guys, you know, that have come through here, and that doesn't even count the accomplishments that Brendan Gaughan has had. I mean, Brendan's accomplishments are up there. I mean, the guy's won the Baja 1000.
Right.
The guy's won in the Truck Series. He won in the Xfinity Series. So, I mean, and Brendan's still racing in Baja.
Yeah.
Brendan's getting ready to be 50 this year, and I love telling people that because everybody knows I do a show with Brendan every week. So we pick on each other.
I was going to ask, is you taking the new job? Is Gone Racing still going to go?
Gone Racing will stay on. That'll be still my little connection to it. Brendan goes, "You're still going to do the show?" I said, "Brendan, you can't get rid of me that easy." So no, Brendan and I will keep doing our show on. Well, we tape it every Thursday, run on Sirius XM on Fridays and Sundays, but we're live on our Gone Racing YouTube channel through the South Point studio.
There you go. Vice President of Media Relations making his final no drag racing. You're done. This is it, right?
Yeah, my last day here will be March 28th. I start my new gig on April the 1st. So the NHRA, I got to send those guys an email. I haven't talked to the NHRAs. Most of them I think know, but I know they know that I've been busy with the NASCAR race. I'm going to probably send them an email next week. But I'm looking forward to on Sunday to seeing Antron Brown here.
Yes.
Antron's going to come out and help us promote the NHRA event. I may not going to be here, but you know what? I'm working right up to the end.
Yeah.
So looking forward to having Antron out. He's probably one of my favorites in the history of the sport.
Real quick story. The first, I think it was his first time he won the championship. He won it here in Las Vegas, and he saw Diane. We interviewed him, and he tried to get a hat. Some guy reached out and took the hat in midair. Antron looked over to the team guy and grabbed another hat and personally walked over, said, "Don't any of you try to take the hat from this young man. You still have it, the Toyota, his Winter Circle Championship hat. He's still got. He's one heck of a guy, man."
Look, I'm telling you, he's one of my favorites in all of motorsports. Antron, I mean, absolutely top of the game. Love that guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got the trucks rolling tonight. The EcoSave 200 for you. That's kicking off at about 6:15, green flag, 6:15 or so. Tomorrow, the Xfinity Series here. And then, of course, we wrap it up. The wildest, craziest party in on earth is right here at America's Racing Showplace. The man that has directed this thing for the last 20-some years, Vice President of Media Relations, Communications, Mr. Jeff Motley. Thank you so much. One last time, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
We'll be back with more of On Pit Road Racing right after this. Get ready. The green flag's about to fall.
This is speed. This is winning. This is losing. This is smoke and fire. This is blood, sweat, and tears. This is the loudest party on earth. This is family and tradition. This is it. This is NASCAR in Las Vegas. The Pennzoil 400 returns March 14 through 16. Get your tickets now. This is speed. This is winning. This is losing. This is smoke and fire. This is blood, sweat, and tears. This is the loudest party on earth. This is family and tradition. This is it. This is NASCAR in Las Vegas. The Pennzoil 400 returns March 14th through 16th. Get your tickets now.
Wrap it up here for you in this segment, and we're going to go ready to hit down pit road. We're going to do a garage walk. We're going to grab some food and relax a little bit, given in the first half of this day underway right here. I want to thank Mr. Jeff Motley for stepping by, man, and what such kind words, huh, Diane? He was such a great guy. Yep. I am too. Yep. It came to him. There you go. There you go. We're going to take a pause. We come back for you. We're going to do some Craftsman truck stuff. So we'll do it all right here at On Pit Road Racing. Alan Michaels for you. Definitely looking back in just a couple of minutes, everybody. Stand by with us.